What's up, everybody? I think we'll just play some chess. All right, here we go. Coming into this meeting ranked 1199. If we win, we'll likely be over 1200. If we lose, then we'll drop below where we're at now. It's having a tough time loading. I'm thinking that maybe the quality of this computer is not going to be enough to continue to stream through here. So I either have to get another computer someday or stream through another device. So we learned that if they push to E5, I take, and if they take, then I can play. I learned G4 with the knight, which I didn't know before. And yeah, ended up making that mistake a couple games ago, which you guys saw. So interesting. They're just doing some little move over here on the side. Doesn't really do anything. And now I'll pin the knight, threatening to take this piece right here. If they bring the bishop out to D2, then I'm going to retreat the queen back to C7, and I'll still have this threat of pushing to E5. Okay, just like we talked about. Well, thinking about it now, I could still take. No, I couldn't. I couldn't take. All right, let's drop back. And now I have E5 on tap. And then we'll bring out the bishop, castle, bring out the other bishop if possible, bring out the knight, and then move the two rooks to the middle, two files. Okay, so now they do this. I can't really do the tactic I was going to do before, so I'll have to retreat. Oh, no, I won't. If he, for some reason, takes, then I can take the queen now. And yeah, I have control of that square. But I can't move my other piece up like I was planning on doing. It's interesting. So I'm up by a pawn. Can't win it back right away. Not sure what he's doing. But I think I just win one more pawn by going here and then hopefully getting some sort of attack up the middle. Okay, now we put him in check, I think. It's fine. I do want to be kind of careful with my queen there in the middle of the board. All right, so he just blocks. I'm trying to see if I have any sort of attack on this piece right here, but I don't. It's hoping for more. But at least I have a nice safe place to tuck my queen if I need to. I'll move my pawn up so that my bishop can escape. And now they are going to attack my queen, but it's okay. I'm up the two center pawns here. I'm up one pawn when it's their two center pawns. So I'm just going to move back, and then I can bring out the rest of my pieces, hopefully. I should be totally safe right there, I think, for now. Okay, so he's going to castle. I'm going to I think if I should go here, here, or here. Here looks good. It's usually where I end up. This looks unprotected. All right, I'm just going to go here. I'll keep it tight for now. I got to protect my lead. Person I'm playing is from Norway. They are ranked, or at least their flag is from Norway. They're ranked 1272. And so they're getting close to 1300. I wonder if I should just kind of bring my bishop out to here and everything will be really tight, or if I should try to bring this pawn out here and then bring my bishop here. Probably not. I'm going to castle for now and try to be safe. All right, 2 more pieces to develop, and then I'm fully developed. I don't know where I'm going to put them yet. Everything feels really cramped in my area. I only have 1 spot for this bishop to go, and then I would only have 1 spot for the knight to go. But if I do that, then at least I'll have my pieces out. Now nobody can get to this piece, but it isn't protected as soon as I move this out. I'm going to do it now because I really want to get the rest of my pieces out. This is protected by this and the knight. If I move to the knight here, then I'll have to route it up here. That should be fine. I really want to connect my rooks. Okay, so he's moving out of that pin. Let's see, if he goes and goes here, I can take, and then I can just use that file. That looks pretty good. I don't think I'm in danger there at all. Now, if he comes in like this, yeah, maybe I should just start with, if I start with this, then that would free up the bishop to watch that. All right, I'm just going to finish developing, and then I'll try to think of that stuff here in a second. And yeah, I know he can take my knight. I would just take back. I don't care too much about my pawn structure on the far side of the board. I don't want my pawn structure necessarily being disrupted on the king side of the board. I should say on the queen side of the board. Especially if I'm going to get a long-range piece like a bishop for a knight. Some people can use knights really well. I'm just not one of them. So I know I do better with bishops, and I do better with bishops when they're like, if the well, we just talked about that. If the light bishop was here, that would be nice, and if the dark bishop was like here, that would be really nice, because that's just where I'm able to kind of protect it from itself, so I don't have to think about it all the time, because otherwise I worry that I might lose it. Okay, so I lost, he lost a great bishop. He uncovered his rook, which is good, but it's just going right into this pawn, so it can't really do anything. And now he's moving this knight. I don't know yet where it's going to go, but if he brings it down here, he's going to have some pretty good options. So I just have to be a little bit wary. I'm going to start with this move, just to activate this piece a little bit more. And now it's still not protected, but at least it's not just kind of staring at nothing. If I can get my queen over here, then I'll have a threat to take this pawn. Sorry about the call. It's my dad. I'll call him back. Okay, so he attacks it, and I don't think I have any tactics. Now if I take I think that this bishop is going to be better off right here anyway. So I'll put it there, and then I'll kind of get the queen out of the way so I have another escape if I need it. But now he's protected by this pawn right here. So unless the pawn's going to come up twice, which if this pawn moves up once, I'll just move this up. Okay, so he does a one move attack on my queen, which I'd wanted to move this piece anyway. But where to? I want to end up on light squares because he doesn't have a light squared bishop anymore. And that way I never have to worry about it hitting my light square. And so I wanted to have another escape route for this piece. I also want to keep my rooks on light squares too. So I think I'm just going to sidestep one over, keep my rooks connected. And I'll also kind of always have this attack looming on the king. It's always going to be kind of set up for that. Now I would like to maybe bring my knight over and attack it. Yeah, I might as well just do that now. But I won't attack it anymore. It's not pinned. I could also bring it here and it would attack it. Let's see, if I go here, do I have any follow-up? Here, no. I do. No, I was going to say I could have gone there because that piece is pinned, but this piece could hit it. So I think I'll stay protected from the pawns. I kind of like this. And yeah, we'll just do that for now. Even though it's not attacking anything yet, it's just a nice central knight. This pawn can come attack it. And it looks like I can always go back, I believe. I can always go back. It would open my king up, but then I'd have the rook to pressure the king here. So anyway, yeah, if I were him, I'd probably push this 2 forward and oh, never mind. I can go here or here. Well, I wouldn't want to go there because that piece. So I can go here. But then if I go there and he goes there, then this would be locked. So yeah, so I'd want to go back here. And then he could take, and then it would open up my king. Okay, so what does that move do? It doesn't really do anything that I can see. But I mean, it puts some pressure here, but I have so many pieces protecting it. So what I think I'll do is go here, and it would also start to open up my rook, although that's going to make this weak, but this bishop's kind of protecting these 2 pieces. Okay, so let's go here, and then I can go maybe there next to really block out this dark squared bishop. Yeah, he's got to go back because of my knight was controlling the square and the square. Do I want to push again? I think I kind of do. Only because it would really make this piece obsolete. Do I have anything better? I like this piece staring there. Yeah. Okay, let's just do one more. Hope I'm not making a mistake with that, but I am opening up this diagonal here for Yeah, that's the move I was thinking that they'd do. Okay. And we learned that that's no problem because I can move back. Now I can move back without even my piece being in danger, and actually I can come back around here and then really target this. So let's see if there's anything better. I could come up here. He takes, I take, he takes. No, I think I'm just going to move back here. And then I've got a nice square here. Now the queen's protecting this. Okay, we talked about this already. We're just going to see now I can't move back here because the queen was this piece's only protector. So I have to move back 2. And then I could put my my knight back here. Okay, let's try that. Or should I let... No, let's just go back 2. And then I can drop my knight back into the center, where it'll now be protected, and then no piece can dislodge it. But my plan was to move this piece right here, which doesn't really help because it stares right at this. And also... Okay, so he's doubling up, but he's going to lose some good pieces if he does that. If he goes down there. Let me try to see if there's anything better. Don't think there is, but I do need to get a rook behind here pretty much as soon as possible. Okay, yeah, I like the knight being there. Okay, he's going to attack it again, which I think, let's see. So he takes, I take. I think I can bring this here. Could you take it? No. All right, so if he takes, I take. He takes, I take. Okay, I've got another attacker here. I think that's fine. And then if and when I can get a rook right here, then I'll be in better shape. I think I want rooks on D and E. Okay, so that's fine. So he jumps in with the knight. He's probably going to try to move to there. I kind of wanted that piece to go in anyway. And then I keep my strong knight right there in the center. Anything better? I don't think so. All right, so we'll do that. Now he may try to open stuff up and hit here, but we'll deal with that if and when it comes. Okay, interesting. All right, let's do this and line up on the queen. Now we've got a solid attack on the queen. In fact, all I have to do is move my knight and I'll be staring right at the queen. I don't really have a good place to move it yet, so the queen is probably going to move anyway. Probably doesn't want to be in a discovery attack position. Yeah, I really like playing chess. It's super fun. And I like my position, you know. Okay, so the queen sidesteps. It's attacking a pawn on the side of the board. I don't think it's attacking anything else. Let's try to see if I have anything better or like what to do next. I'm feeling like I should try to double up in the center with my rooks. I don't know what he's going to do next, if he's going to push this or this. I mean, this piece is protected. And I like my knight being there with the discovery. So I'm just going to move up one and then hope to get this other piece over. Now I'm probably missing something. I feel like I'm always missing something, but we'll see. Oh, I just saw what I was missing. I think I had a fork. No, because this piece is there. I was going to say, I thought I had a fork that was like here. Forking these two pieces. If this piece ever moves, then I would. Maybe I could double up and then push this forward. But then he could just take that. Maybe I could just move in here. Force him to want to move somewhere. Where would he move, though? Then I have two pieces attacking this, although I do have a protector here. I guess I do have a protector here, so I could at any time just move that forward. But if I go there, yeah, maybe that should be my next move, is to push this pawn. I hate pushing pawns in front of the king. And he could move there with this undefended piece, so yeah. Oh, no, wait. Or should I move there? If I move there... That looks pretty good. What happens if he just takes? I just take. Yeah, maybe I should have done that last move. Oh well. We will see. But I like my position. I kind of want to finish doubling up, but right now my rook is protected from this bishop. And my knight's well protected by 3 pieces. If I could double up, I don't know, maybe I want this still there. Maybe I will just move that forward and keep my pawn chain. Sorry, my dad's message. All right, so I'm eyeing this spot right here. This spot is good for a fork. And I don't know how they deal with it except for maybe just put the queen somewhere else. I would, yeah, it would be nice if I was a little bit closer. If any knight move from here would put the king in check, then that discovery would just be much nicer. Even though this is such a powerful knight, is it better than a rook? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, nothing could ever move this knight. Yeah, I thought he might sacrifice. So I don't need this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and push forward. Well, let's think about this. Yeah, he'll be protected. So he wants to... He's got 3 attackers on this one piece. And what he wants to do is he wants to take one of them, I take, and then he takes the other one. So I think he comes out okay on this move, but I do need to do it because he's forking 2 pieces. So I think I'm going to take with the rook here. And that leaves me open, very vulnerable. But oh well. All right, temporarily I'm up a piece, but I think I'm about to lose it back. All right, so yeah, I need to take back now, I believe. Yeah, I don't particularly like these tight positions. Okay, it feels like that might have been a mistake to take with the queen, but I don't yet know why. So all right, what can I do? I can sack my castle, and he'll probably take back with the pawn. And then I've got a free piece right there. Maybe. Got a lot of forking potentials. Kind of like that. All right, let's keep this piece for now. Wait, if I move this, then this can fall. All right, so what do we know? Right now, I'm up a little bit of material. He is... Let's see, what happens if I move here? He's protected. And then I've got all kinds of threats from here. Gosh, it's such a good spot for him, but queen can't take. Queen can't take here because of this. The queen can't come in here because of these pieces. But if I go here, then I can take. And unless the queen is watching this piece, if he takes back, then I can take this. Yeah, let's try that. I mean, all we can do is try. I'm so nervous. And again, if he takes this piece, then I could take with either the queen or the bishop. Probably take with the queen and get it more centralized. Ooh, I'm so nervous. But it's okay. It's only chess. Okay. So, what do we know? What do we know? All right, so that piece is no longer vulnerable. You know that. Did that open up any forks? Doesn't really look like it. Now, we can't just leave this piece here. Otherwise, he'll nab him. And I take back, and then he could take one of these two pieces. Okay. So they're all protected. So why don't I just make a quick attack on the queen, And I think I need to get my other piece involved, my queen involved, to try to help out a little bit. So the queen can be attacked in a lot of different ways. This way, at least I know it's safe. And does the knight have an attack on my king in one move? It does not. So I think we're going to go for that. Now he can take... He can take, and I take back, and then he takes, and he gets these two pieces for the queen, which I think is fine for me. I mean, that's 9 points of material versus 8, but still, like, I'm probably better with a queen than 2 pieces if I don't know how to coordinate that well, which I kind of do sometimes. But that was a tough move, him coming in like that. And then I think as soon as I can, I want to kick that knight out. Knights are so tricky. I have such a hard time with them all the time. Well, I probably want to move my bishop first. And then I can move my knight. So, all right, then I can attack the knight. Yeah, I'm really fortunate that this knight is in a spot where it can't attack me in one move. Okay, so it keeps its threat alive here. Now, am I willing to... Man, I kind of want to just... Ugh, I don't like this. I could just take out this rook, and then he could take the rook, and then... And then I can bring my queen over. Well, I don't really know what to do. So I think since I'm up a piece, let's see, I've got a bishop and a knight, and he just has a knight. I think I'm going to trade down in material with hopes of simplifying the game a little bit, or a lot. Okay. I do have to be very careful, actually, because he kind of has like a... He kind of has a checkmate threat right here because I can't move up here. So I need to move down here to watch this piece and watch this piece coming in. And am I going to lose this? Am I going to lose this bishop? I am. But I'd rather lose this bishop than get checkmated any day of the week. So, yeah, let's just do that. Of course, I'm scared about it, but that's okay. I'd really like to get rid of that knight if possible. It's just, they freak me out. They freak me out. I don't think we're in any chance of flagging on this game because it's the 15-minute game with the 10-second increments. So how was my day today? Oh, you guys can't see it. If I win, I go up on the material 10, and if I lose, it's -6. So it's good. Okay, what's the threat? The threat is... Actually, I don't really know. Oh, he wants to take this yeah, if he can get his knight right here, he's forked my pieces. So if I move out of the way, he could take, but then I could just take back. And I'm still protected here. I'm still protected here. All right, so where to move to? I can move right there. That actually looks better than I was going to move to because these two protect each other. Ooh, I like that. And then the knight can't escape, or the rook can't escape. Ooh, I like that. I like that. It would mess up my pawns in front of my queen, but man, I got to get out of this position. Okay, let's do this. Got like a little protection going here. If he decides to take, I'll just take back. And then the name of the game is to simplify. If he doesn't take, I don't know where he could go. I pretty much got all the other squares pretty much covered, I think. Yeah, luckily this knight cannot put me instantly in check. Because otherwise I'd be so scared of something coming in and I feel incredibly exposed. Okay, I feel like that was a good move actually. Because he has to take. He can't go there. He'll lose his piece. Unless he finds a way to move his queen to protect this. Like maybe right here. I mean, then I'll still take. So yeah, he kind of has to go. He can't go here. I would just capture. And then I'm always worried about a fork, but there is no immediately one move. So I guess like 2 away with a knight is pretty safe. It looks like I'm actually down to 45 seconds. I didn't quite realize. So I do need to move a little quicker, but I think the next couple moves are easy. And then these two are always protected. This will always be protected, which is great. And then I think I'll just be up a piece in the end game with only queens and no more rooks. So I'll just have to figure out how to win that. Okay, that's okay. Let's just simplify. I don't like this piece anymore. I think that's fine. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jesus. We have simplified. I'm so thankful. All right, and my queen is pretty much safe. So how do I take out this piece simply? Wow, I don't know. Let's at least stop it. I don't know how to stop it. Oh no, I know I just lost this piece. Oh man, I'm actually kind of nervous. Yeah, it's tough, even though I'm up a piece. I really have a hard time with this. Where can I go? All right, let's just kind of hide a little bit. Man, I'm nervous. He's going to do something weird. Yeah, I knew it too. So like, what happens if I go here? That wouldn't work. I don't know, man. Wait, where was I? Oh, I was there. Shoot, I don't know what to do. I think I just lost. Yeah, all he's got to do is come down here, and I think 1, 2, checkmate. Yeah, I don't. I lost. That's disappointing, of course. I like to see the game review and figure out where did I go wrong at the end. Yeah, good job. Lost 6 points, down to 1193. But let's look at the analysis. 36 moves, and I was up by a piece at the end there. But I got a little nervous at the end. So all right, so starting at the top really quick. Let's just start in the middle. Okay, so it's about even in this part of the game. Up by a piece now. Yeah, I really liked having that knight right there in the center. Anytime I just start trading off pieces, I feel like I don't do so well. Okay, so that sacrifice didn't work. And I took with the rook, which wasn't the best move, but it looked like the pawn would have been one piece better. Still up. Simplified there. See, I'm only up by 2.6 here. Yep, okay, so I wasn't supposed to take there. All right, even now I'm up 2 points of material. And he's winning here when I moved away. Should I move closer? F8, yeah, should have moved closer. Jeez. Even right here. Okay, this is the last point that I had my advantage. And I had a lot of moves I could have done, but D7 was the best try. Just moving my queen in front of the pawn. Instead, I moved my queen in front of the pawn, but just the wrong spot, and I made it to a draw. Yeah, up 2 points of material. So not as much as I had thought. He was in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I was supposed to take the... supposed to take here first, and then he would have captured with C. Oh, really? I wasn't even supposed to take it all. I could have just gone here. That doesn't make sense. Now he's got the check on me. Interesting. Okay, well, that's where it went wrong. Is at the very, very end. I was up 2 points to this guy, and all I had to do was move right here. And then, yeah, that's what I was... Oh, he can't move in there because my queen's right there. Duh. So he could have moved to C4 check, which is right here. And now, do I move in or out? I'm going to think... Because I moved in and I got stuck. I'm going to say I move in this situation because my queen's still here to protect me. H1 best move? No. Or H8 best move? H8 is second best move, but it's actually the same as F8. Okay, so I would have been fine in that case. But with the way things went, I should have moved out a little bit because this knight is not there to block at all because he's one square away. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully y'all consider subscribing and have a really great week. I'm going to be in San Antonio today at the auction, so prayers for me. Thanks.